Today, we're going to tackle a question that so many freelancers and consultants have. How in the world can you charge way more for your services without actually changing the service itself? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but it all comes down to a huge shift in how you think about and frame your value. So, get this. This quote is really the heart of everything we're talking about today, and it's not some wild exaggeration. We're talking about the identical system, same workflow, same tech, same outcome. So how is a 10x price jump even possible? Well, that is exactly what we are going to unpack. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with this idea of the pricing paradox. Then, we'll dive into 3 really powerful principles you can use to raise your rates. And finally, we'll pull it all together into a brand new playbook you can use. So, the whole idea here, the big secret, is that the price difference wasn't about the tech or the system itself. Nope. It was all about the ability to position, to frame, and to deliver value. You've got to stop seeing yourself as just a technician building a thing. You are a strategist delivering an outcome. This right here is the mindset shift that changes everything. Seriously, stop thinking about how many hours something takes you. Who cares? Instead, start focusing on how much money your solution is going to make or save for your client. Because, when you tie your work to their bottom line, your price ceiling, it just vanishes. So, okay, how do we actually do this? Well, it all starts with our first principle. You have to solve the right kind of problem. The easiest way to charge more for the exact same service isn't to work harder. It's to change who you're selling to and what problem you're solving for them. Okay, to make this super clear, let's walk through a little hypothetical. Imagine you're talking to a marketing agency. You ask a few smart questions and you uncover 2 totally different problems they're dealing with. And on the surface, they both kind of seem like simple administrative headaches. Now, here is the really, really crucial part. Both of these problems, they can be solved with a very similar piece of tech, a simple automation. One is about scanning receipts, the other is about answering web forms. But while the solution is similar, the financial impact on the business, they are worlds apart. Let's put some numbers on problem A, the expense reporting. The agency's accounting team is spending, say, 20 hours a month manually sorting receipts. At their hourly cost, that problem is costing the company about $1,000 a month in wasted time. It's annoying for sure, but it's a cost center problem. Now, look at problem B. Because their sales team is slow to respond to leads, they're losing about 5 potential customers every single month. And given how much a customer is worth to them over time, that leakage is adding up to $30,000 a month in lost revenue. This is not just an annoyance. This is a massive, gaping hole in their sales pipeline. So, what's the takeaway? You solve the second problem. Of course, even if the technical work takes you the exact same 3 or 4 hours, you've now connected your work directly to making them money. By focusing on sales, lead gen, or customer onboarding, you can justify a price that reflects the $30,000 value you're creating, not the measly $1,000 you're saving. Okay, so you found an expensive problem to solve. Awesome. What's next? Well, principle 2 is all about changing how you sell the solution. You can easily double, even triple your price by focusing not just on the final product, but on the entire experience you wrap around it. The best way to get this is the coffee shop analogy. The actual coffee beans and water in your homebrewed cup and the one from the fancy cafe, they're almost identical. So why the 20x price difference? It's the whole experience, right? The smell of pastries, the cool music, the comfy chairs, the friendly barista. You're not just buying a drink. You're buying an entire vibe, and that has a much, much higher perceived value. So let's apply that coffee shop logic to what we do. Salesperson A sells a tool, a speed-to-lead system. It's just a simple transaction. But salesperson B, they sell a total solution, a revenue acceleration package. See the difference? They aren't just handing over some software. They're delivering a full-service partnership. Just look at how salesperson B stacks the value here. They're adding weekly calls, detailed documentation, team training sessions, premium support. Every single one of these items boosts the perceived value and turns a one-off product into this ongoing, high-touch experience. And this is the beautiful, beautiful asymmetry of perceived value. Adding all those extras might increase your actual work by, say, 50%. Maybe it goes from 10 hours to 15. But because you've created this amazing comprehensive package, you can now charge 200% more, maybe even higher. You're not getting 1.5 times the price, you're getting 3 or 4 times the price. It's amazing. And look, building this package doesn't have to be some huge, overwhelming thing. You can just record a quick video for documentation, offer some optional 30-minute check-ins, bundle together some old templates you already have. Each of these adds a brand new line item to your proposal with almost no extra effort from you. So you're solving a high-value problem, and you've packaged it up as this incredible experience. The third principle, well, it's the simplest one, and honestly, for a lot of people, it's the scariest. You just have to charge more. Let's just look at the simple math. In both of these scenarios, you make the exact same amount of money, 100 grand. But scenario B, where you have half the clients at double the price, it's so much better for your business. So why is that? The reason is something called fixed costs. See, every single client, whether they're big or small, takes up a certain amount of your admin time, right? There are onboarding calls, project setup, back and forth emails. Well, in scenario B, by working with half as many clients, you literally cut those fixed costs in half. You become way more profitable for the exact same revenue. And it goes way beyond just the math. There's a huge psychological benefit. Higher paying clients, they tend to just be better clients. They've got bigger problems, sure, but they trust your expertise and they give you the room to do your best work. And that leads to better results, bigger case studies, more referrals. It creates this amazing, virtuous feedback loop that just fuels your growth. Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, so let's just quickly boil this all down into an actionable playbook that you can start using, like, today. Here it is in 3 simple steps. First, go find and solve the problems that are costing your clients the most money, the ones that are directly tied to revenue. Second, bundle that core service into a high-value experience package. And third, just have the confidence to double your prices. Look, if you take only one thing away from all this, please let it be this. Most freelancers are chronically underpriced. You probably don't need a new service or more skills. You just need a better strategy for communicating the immense value you already provide. And so I'll leave you with this final thought to really chew on. What would you need to believe about yourself and your work to confidently send a proposal that's double your current rate? Answering that question? Well, that's the real first step to completely transforming your business. Thanks for tuning in.